أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Today we are going to start a new series of our lessons which is especially for adults, and that how to understand and how to pronounce the letters, Arabic letters, and how to understand the movements and the procedures and way of reading them. So in front of you it is the basic book of Arabic letters. It is the name of this book is Nurani Qaida. It is the most easiest book to understand about the letters, Arabic letters, and about the Arabic words and their way of reading. So we will start it today, and we will go to the first page, which is the first lesson number 1 for Arabic letters. First of all, we should read at least 3 times ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح. ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح. ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So this is lesson number 1 of this book in front of you. Lesson number 1 is about the alphabets, the basic of any language. So we'll start them. Instructions before reading these letters and understanding them are written in front of you. Just the writer says alphabets are the building blocks, so need special attention. It means that you will have to pay this special attention to these letters. These are the basics. If you understand how to pronounce them, how to produce them from their origins, the difference between the letters, the difference between the letters in pronouncing them, and also the dots of the letters, and also the place of the dots of letters. If we understand them, that this is the main thing to understand, our next coming lessons will be easy for us. So the writer says that alphabets are the building blocks, so need special attention. Focus on pronunciation and identification of dots on different letters. It means that a student, the learner should focus on pronunciation of the dots of the letters, and also the identification of dots on different letters. Student, read from left to right, top to bottom, and bottom to top. It means that you will read in the sequence also and without the sequence also, to understand about the letters, how to pronounce them, how to read them. Moreover, have a practice on bold and light letters. We will also understand here that which letters are bold letters and which letters are light letters. This is also an essential thing to understand, to differentiate between the bold and light letters in Arabic. The next thing writer says, remember, if not taught or if not learned properly, both the student and teacher will be in trouble in later lessons. It means this is the basic page, the basic lesson which will have which will have the attention, which will have which will need the focus to be on it. So we are going to start here. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The first letter of Arabic is Alif. So the shape of this letter is about, you can see that it is like one or I of English letter, and the name of this letter is Alif. The way of reading Alif will come in the movements. Here we should understand that this letter is known as, the name of this letter is Alif. The next letter is Ba. Ba. Well, this letter has one dot, as you can see here. It has one dot at the bottom of it. So you should understand, we should understand that the shape of these three letters is almost same. They are differentiated from each other according to their dots. The letter Ba, it is produced by joining the lips and having a little pressure on the lips. Ba, ba. So this letter is identification of this letter is that it is having one dot at the bottom of the letter. The next letter is Ta. Ta. So this letter has two dots on it, and the pronunciation of this letter is that you touch the tip of your tongue with the upper front two teeth. Ta, ta. Touch the tip of the tongue with the upper central front two teeth. Ta. And the identification of this letter is that this letter has two dots at the top of it. The next letter is Tha. Tha. The way of reading, you will bring your tongue out of your mouth and touch its tip to the bottom of front upper two teeth. Tha. Tha. So this letter, the letter Tha, has three dots at the top of it. The next letter is Jeen. So this letter is having the sound of letter J, and this letter is prolonged a little bit unlike the previous four letters. So we should understand that this letter will be read prolonged. Jeen. One more thing about this letter, that this letter has one dot. Now you can see that this letter, the letter after it, and the first letter in the second line, these letters are having almost same shape, but they could be they could be differentiated by their dots. This letter, the letter G, has one dot. The letter Ha hasn't any dot, and letter Ha has one dot at the top of it. So letter Jim, this letter has one dot which is at the inner part of it. But we should understand that this letter, the dot of this letter is in the inner part of this letter when this letter is not joining any letter after it. When it comes joined with any letter which is after this letter, the dot of this letter will come at the bottom of this letter. So the conclusion is that when it is not joined with any letter after it, the dot will be at the inner part of this letter. And when it comes joined with any other letter which is after it, the dot will be at the bottom of this letter. G. The next letter is ha. Ha. The way of reading this letter is that you will pronounce it like you are having like this. When we have eaten any spearmint like thing, any cool thing, then we have a beat like this. So this letter will be read like this: ha, ha, ha. And the identification of this letter is that it has not any dot at any place of it. The next letter is ho, ho, ho. This letter is pronounced from the part of throat which is touching to our tongue, which is joined with our throat. This letter was pronounced from the middle part of our throat, and this letter is pronounced with the upper part of our throat, which is joining to our uh, mouth, which is joining to our tongue. Well, the throat has three parts: upper part, middle part, upper part which is joining to our mouth, middle part, and the lower part which is joining to our chest. Inshallah, in the coming classes, we will understand the letters, these three parts according to their letters. Here we should know that we are having two parts, which is the middle part, ha, ha, and the upper part, ha. These are the two letters. These are the letters which are pronounced from our throat. So the letter ha, it is pronounced with a round mouth so that we can make it bold. Now in Arabic letters, this is the first letter which is the bold letter, and you can see here that this is most important thing here. You can see that there are in this text, in these five lines, you can see some letters are in green color. There are 8 letters in front of us which are green color: ho, ro, sod, od, to, vo, ghain, qaf. These are the 8 letters in front of us which are in green color. It means these are the letters which are bold letters. The writer has differentiated the bold letters with light letters with green color. It means that these 8 letters are bold letters. But there is a difference between the 7 and one of them. The 7 in these 8 letters, 7 letters will be bold letters at every time. At any condition, these 7 letters will be bold letters, but letter Ra, just letter Ra has some conditions to be bold, which will inshallah which will be considered in coming classes. So we should know that bold letters are 8 letters, out of which 7 letters, except Ra, will be bold at any condition. In any condition. But letter Ra, sometimes it will be bold and sometimes it will be light according to the conditions. So we were reading letter Ha. It's the first letter of the bold letters and it has one dot at the top of it. It will be pronounced by making our mouth round. Ha, ha. The next letter is letter Da. Da. It will be prolonged also like Jim. And one more thing, that this letter, the origin of this letter, the origin of this letter is you will touch your tongue with the root of upper central to teeth. It will be pronounced by touching the root of front upper central to teeth. The next letter is letter Dal. Letter Dal is pronounced like the letter Fa. The origin of letter Dal is same as that was the letter Fa. Touching the tongue tip, bringing out the tongue a little bit, touching tongue tip with the bottom of front upper central to teeth. So this is all for today's lesson. One more thing, that this letter Dal, this letter is Dal and this letter Dal. These are having the same shape, but these two will be differentiated by the dot. That Dal has not any dot on it, and the Dal has a dot on the top of it. So this is all for today's lesson. Inshallah, we will continue the next letters with the next class. And one more thing, that we will also learn the origins in detail of all these letters in the coming classes. So stay tuned. Inshallah, we will start the next letter in the next class. Till then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.